As a startup entrepreneur, when you go to talk to investors, people will ask you, what is your barrier of entry and how deep is your moat? It took me a long time to figure out the answer to this question. And so let me give you the straight, clear answer. My name is Cheng Liu. I have been a professor at universities for many years. I work in industry, and later on, I started companies. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I like to share my knowledge about this entrepreneurship and startup with people so that we can make the startup process easier and more clear. So let me explain, first of all, what is the moat? Why do people care about if you have a moat? Okay. Um, as we discussed before, when your company is successful, um, imagine that your startup has already worked. Okay. Uh, you have a technology know how to provide value, unique value to your audience with high quality or low price. Okay. Low quality or high price is not an option. Just kidding. And you're getting along very well with them. You formed a unique bond with your customer. Now, you don't want anyone to mess with it. Okay. You don't want anyone else to come in. Well, this is a very bizarre situation. It's kind of remind me of in politics, you have the left and the right. The rights are supposed to be capitalist, and the left are supposed to be socialist. Again, I'm using those terms loosely. In startup, we want to reach a state where we are selfish about helping others. We're helping others, but we're selfish. We want to be the only people helping other people so that we can benefit from that transaction. So that if you are not selfish and you lose that ability to help people, then you also lose that ability to gain financially. And if your company dissolves, then you certainly can't help people. Okay. So, how do you build this barrier? How to stop others from doing the same? Well, this is the art of the start. Okay. Um, you don't want to stop others with a patent or keep your ideas secret. You cannot keep your ideas secret. Okay. There's no way. And patents only works to a certain extent. And knowledge is not a barrier. Okay. I was a professor. You can't just tell people I'm a research professor. I've done so many things. I know more. That's not a barrier. Okay. The competitors or copycats, they can take down all these things very easily. You have to build a solid wall. So how do you stop others, right? You stop people from copying you by your know-how and by marketing power. You have to climb the wall in order for the wall to become the barrier. Let me give you some examples from my own company. Um, the examples of walls include quality. If you can build quality but nobody else can, you win. Automation, or you have a unique model. I will explain you one example, again from my own company. And you spend the money to build quality. You don't get qualities for free. Quality is built with time, with talents, and time is money, talents is money. If you want to hire a lot of talents and basically keep them on your payroll, that's a lot of money. Okay, so that is where building the quality is expensive. This is my company in Guangdong province in China, and this is the Guangdong operations. Before the COVID-19, we make air quality sensors. This is our product. Um, all the rest are made by Chinese makers, and you can see they have different designs, some different screen sizes. But what makes those devices high quality is their accuracy. Is whether when you turn it on every time, you turn it on 100 times, is this always accurate? The accuracy is what costs the most money to do research on. You have to experiment. So we do electronics, software, circuits, and we do industrial design, mode making. The mode making affects the quality. It's a lot of time and a lot of money spent. I just want to give you the example of how do you build a barrier. You build the barrier as your company is building quality. Okay, barrier is not your knowledge. Let me give the example of a wall. So here's a solid brick wall. Okay, when you're at school, you happily give singing and songs in front of it, and you never pay attention to the wall. Okay, well, when you start, actually the wall is the way to start. You don't walk out of the school building. This is a metaphor. Okay, the wall is the start. Let me explain to you in this and future episodes. If you break the wall open, you might think, hey, could it be, happily thereafter after I break the wall? No, no, no. That's not the case. After you break the wall, you find another more solid wall. This is what startup feels like. This is a real sense of startup, okay? But the ironic part of a startup is that this is actually the start. The start is impossible. The impossible is the start. There are two books out there that talks about this phenomenon. One is called The Hard Thing About Hard Things. Second is about Obstacle is a Way. They both discuss this idea to some extent. Okay. I want you to know that the wall is a way. Your barrier is never the idea. Okay. The barrier is a secret sauce that you cook when you reach for high quality. Now, why do you want high quality? High quality is what your customers want. Okay, remember, you have a good company and your customers, your audience is very happy. Their happiness is not free. Their happiness is the baked quality that you bake in there. Is a know-how of reaching that quality control. It's just detailed work, and your client is a follower's barrier. So why does the investor want to know if you can have a barrier or moat? They're asking you not if you have a barrier now, but if we can bake the barrier into our company. So to the right way to answer this question is never to tell them how great you are, is to tell them how to bake the barrier. I hope I explained this to you clear, and I'm very interested in helping people solve their problems. A lot of the questions people have about startups is secret and have to be done in private. And that makes it so much harder because you're in the dark all the time. I wish you good luck. Um, Thank you for watching and see you in future episodes.